Dear students, good morning. Today we are going to deal with a very special topic, that is literary terms, and it is equally important for all the UG and PG classes. Therefore, it is very important for all of you to just learn the topic very carefully so that you may score good marks in your exams and you may learn new things. We start from the basic thing. What is poetry? Poetry is a superior creation. It is the record of the best and happiest moments of the happiest and best minds, says P.B. Shelley. And according to S.T. Coleridge, poetry takes the best words in their best order. And Wordsworth, at the same time, Wordsworth says that poetry is the spontaneous overflow of powerful feelings. It takes its origin from emotions recollected in tranquility. In short, we may say that poetry appeals more to heart than to intellect. This poetry may be broadly divided into two parts, that is objective and subjective. The objective poetry is also known as narrative poetry. When a poet plays the part of an onlooker and describes the thoughts and experiences of his character, it is called objective or narrative poetry. For example, epic, ballad, and pastoral poetry. The other kind of poetry is subjective poetry or lyric poetry, when the poet describes his own feelings and experiences or the thoughts and feelings of some personality which he has used for the time being. This kind of poetry is called subjective or lyric poetry. For example, lyric, sonnet, ode, and elegy. Today, under this lecture, under this topic, we are just focusing on three main kind of poems, that is lyric, ballad, and ode. Let us begin from lyric. Lyric is a short poem usually divided into stanzas. Directly expresses the poet's own thoughts and sentiments. As we have already discussed that it is a subjective poem, so it expresses poet's own thoughts and sentiments. It does not have any fixed form or digression, but there is a perfect unity of mood, feeling, thought, and style. A lyric poem is a musical composition, and at the same time it focuses on a single idea. It appeals more to the heart than to intellect, as we have already discussed. It is written on variety of subjects like love, battle scenes, nature, patriotism, religious matters, etc. If we go deeper into this poem, into this topic, we find that lyric poem has three parts of it. The first part is motive, when the poet expresses his emotions in the first few lines. That first part of that poem is called motive. The second part consists of thoughts suggested by the emotions. Here the expression reaches at its highest pitch of passion or eloquence. And the third part that marks the return of the poet to his initial mood. So this poem may be divided into three parts. Part 1, where the poet expresses his emotions. Part 2, the emotions reaches at its highest pitch of passion. And part 3, where the poet comes back to his initial state. So there are well-known lyric poems. For example, Go Lovely Rose, A Dream of Fair Women, and Hymn of Pain. So these are the basic characteristics of a lyric poem. And there are a number of lyric poems in English literature that appeal to your heart and make you feel good. The second kind of poem that we are going to discuss here, that is ballad. A ballad is a lyrical folk song mainly sung by minstrels and folk dancers. It is a folk song sung by minstrels and folk dancers. It resembles epic in its feature and origin. but it is shorter and lighter. Epic is longer poem and it deals with the serious topic, serious mood, but a ballad is a shorter poem and deals in a lighter mood. A ballad is marked with simplicity and artlessness. It is very simple poem. It appeals by its rapidity of rhythm, plainness of thought and diction. Its themes are love, hatred, pity, war and supernatural. Most frequently used stanza is that of 4 lines. A ballad poem is generally it is written in 4-line stanza, and the second and fourth line of each stanza rhymes together. Means the second and fourth lines are rhyming in each stanza. For example, Rhyme of the Ancient Mariner. This is a well-known ballad poem written by S.T. Coleridge. So, a ballad is a folk song mainly sung by minstrels and folk dancers. It is written in a stanza of 4 lines where the second and fourth lines are rhyming together. It is a shorter poem and with a lighter mood. It's very simple in diction and style, and it appeals by its rapidity of rhythm. These are the most known characteristics of a ballad poem. Now we move towards ode. It is a long lyric poem. Ode is a long lyric poem. It is serious and dignified. Its subject is exalted and elevated in tone and style. It is often in the form of an address. The poet is addressing someone in an ode poem. The style is always sober and stately. The Greek poet Pindar, who is known as the founder or the father of this ode poem, he set a stanza pattern of 3. The first part, that is called strophe, the second part, that is called antistrophe, and the third one is called the epode. In this way the ode poem is divided into 3 parts by Pindar: strophe, antistrophe and epode. Now what is strophe? When the folk dancers moving in dance rhythm to the left and the chorus chanted, that is strophe. When the dance rhythm moves to the right, then it is antistrophe, and when the dancers is standing still, then it is epode. So these are the 3 kind of poems and the types of poetry that we came to know through this lecture in a very short and sweet manner. I hope that you will enjoy this lecture and it will be helpful for you for your upcoming exams. So have a good day and bright future. Thanks a lot.